This is ESPN Esports. I'm Arda Ocal. Happy to be joined by DrLupo. Big weekend ahead of him. Once again, doing a 24-hour charity stream in support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital as part of the St. Jude's Play Live initiative. Saturday, December 21st, 1 p.m. Eastern, 24 hours, looking to break the $2 million mark. So my first question is, how did you settle on $2 million as a goal?
That's a good question. I don't really know. Last year we did 600,000, a little over 600,000 in 24 hours for the first Build Against Cancer stream. This past Guardian Con, I was able to do 920 in 4.5-ish hours. So 2 million felt like just kind of the next logical step. That would put us over 3 million from, the community around my channel for the year, which would be insanity. It's more money than my community will have ever raised in a single year by a mile. Right now, I think in 2018 we did 1.3. Right now we are 60,000 behind that for 2019. So we're in striking distance already of breaking my goal for my record for 2018. But ultimately, it's not even about records or numbers. It is about helping people that are in situations where sometimes they can't even help themselves. I've been to St. Jude, and so I've met the kids that we'll be raising money for. I've seen them in person, and I've seen what they're going through, and no child should have to deal with that. So ultimately, even if I raise only $1 on Saturday, that is still $1 towards kids that need it.
How do you, from a creative perspective, when you're planning this 24-hour stream, you've released the goals and what if people donate enough money, this will happen. How do you come up with that creatively? Take us through the process of organizing this 24-hour stream.
So the incentives list is very Fortnite centric. And what I mean by that, for anybody that does not understand. So if you pull the charity stream up anytime during the 24 hours and you donate $10 to St. Jude, through Tiltify, you get one entry to win any number of some pretty crazy prizes. I typically reach out to all my sponsors now and say, hey, I'm doing this thing. You want to gas it up? You want to put something in? And I want to make sure nobody ever feels obligated on both sides. If you watch the stream, if you see this thing, you're not obligated to donate at all. But the companies I work with, they're not obligated to put anything in the pool at all. But this time around, Logitech put in it's like $80,000 worth of peripherals. It's insane. I've never seen a prize pool this big for literally just for helping kids fight cancer. But the incentive stuff is like $100, and I'll put down any weapon in anything in any slot in my inventory in Fortnite. So if I'm in the middle of a battle, and I have a shotgun and I really need the shotgun to win, and somebody on the spot is like, $100, drop the shotgun. Even if I'm about to use it, I will put it down, because I encourage people to make it impossible for me to win. I always tell chat too, every time when we're talking about these things, I'm like, guys, if I win a game, you failed. If I could get to the end and I win a game, you guys messed up, because there's no way that I should get that far without just getting decimated by people, because I have no weapons and no materials and nothing. Fortnite is very much a building game on top of the shooting and everything. So $500, I'll stop building for that game entirely. I just won't build anymore, which is very, very difficult to do in a game that is all about building. And then I also have a special intro and outro for around charity time, where I will put, if you donate $1,000 in one shot to St. Jude on that day during the stream, I will put your Twitch ID or whatever name you put in there for the donation. It'll be part of the intro and outro, and they scroll across the top of the screen during the intro and outro so people can see. So you are part of that forever. I will never clear those names out. They will be there forever. Every time I do something charity related, people will be reminded that you contributed in a meaningful way. But like I said, even $1 is meaningful. Now, you mentioned the goals. I just posted these. At $100,000 raised, I'm going to match out of pocket every dollar after that up to a maximum of $25,000. So I will give $25,000 of my own dollars earned from streaming and all the shenanigans that I'm very lucky to be able to do. I'll give that to St. Jude as well. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just between you and I, don't tell people this. I'm probably gonna do that anyway, even if it's
Fair
just
enough.
$1. I'll probably put mine in, but don't let anybody know that, because
No.
then, you know, at $200,000, my wife is going to teach me to play The Sims. She streams as well, and she plays much more calm, relaxing games. She's going to teach me how to play The Sims. And I'm going to tell you right now, she can't know this, but now I'm going to make it unbearable for her. I'm going to be the most frustrating person on the planet to play The Sims with. At $500,000, people have seen my son Charlie a ton on stream. He's 4. He loves Fortnite. I was thinking, let's play some custom games with people that are watching the stream of Fortnite with him, so people in chat can play Fortnite with Charlie if they would like to. And at $1 million in 24 hours, I will stream. I'll do a normal day stream, obviously not during the charity event, because I want people to feel like they got their money's worth. I'll do a full 8-hour day stream dressed up as my favorite skin from Fortnite, Circuit Breaker. So you can go to Google and look that up. And I have the outfit. I own it. It's very cool. I'm very excited. And then if for somehow for some reason, if we get to 2 million, I have no idea what I'll do. I'll think of something cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because it's question marks right now. So I'm wondering if you have something, even
I have ideas.
Okay.
I have ideas.
Can you give us one?
So there's another game that I play that is very, very stressful called Escape from Tarkov.
Yes.
I found a way to set it up so that chat can activate the same sound effects that are in the game just by doing commands in chat. And I hear them. So like, let's say I'm playing and it's super quiet and I'm sneaking around in like a shopping mall, which is one of the levels, and chat activates the grenade sound. It'll play in my ears at the appropriate volume, and it'll sound like there's a grenade. And I will in game have to like I'm going to react like somebody threw a grenade at me, and I'm probably going to freak out. So letting chat torture me in that might be a lot of fun, but I need to figure something out that is appropriate for $2 million in 24 hours. Cause that's a big ask. Yeah. That's a lot of money. Whether we hit it or not, it doesn't matter. But if we do, if they show up in droves, and people that are listening right now, or however you find out about this thing, if you show up, and even if you just donate $10 to St. Jude, thank you preemptively. But every little bit counts, right? And that stuff adds up. So, and then the last thing over there is I want to try and take advantage of social media. And if we can keep hashtag Build Against Cancer trending on Twitter during the stream, I will throw another $25,000 of my own money in.
Right on.
So there you go. There's for top donators, there's a bunch of prizes to win too, and it's I've tried to put everything that I can into this, because whether it is or is not a defining feature of my career thus far, charity events have become a big piece of who I am in live streaming, and that's fantastic. I hope people never take it as me treating them like a piggy bank. I don't think that they are. I don't want them to ever feel that way. The way that I look at it is I got really super lucky to have a big platform. A lot of people, for some reason, know who I am. And so I want to take that and try and turn it into some positive force in the universe, and try and give back to people that are in desperate need of help.
And this is definitely a positive force. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Saturday, December 21st, 1 p.m. Eastern, on your channel, which is on Twitch. You re-signed with Twitch. You're staying on Twitch. That is official. My question is, one of the reasons, to transition into your career a little bit here, one of the reasons you stayed on Twitch is because of these kind of initiatives and how much Twitch can help. And we know that Twitch has the biggest audience and to be able to reach the most amount of people. But is there any other reasons adjacent to that as to why you decided, from a charity perspective, that Twitch can help you out more than, say, other platforms?
I feel like they have been. I mean, they had me as one of the closing speakers for TwitchCon this past year, TwitchCon 2019. I was the last one to talk, and I talked about charity. That speech is actually out on YouTube, and that was pretty much off the top of my head, which felt really good to hear afterwards. People were like, "Did you write all that?" I'm like, "Not really. It's from the heart." That's the thing about all of this, is that this isn't a preconceived, planned trajectory to try and put myself in a good light for viewership and whatever, blah, 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 all that crafted stuff. This is me, and so re-signing with Twitch made the most sense, because like you said, and I said it in my little re-signing video thing that I put out too, that staying on Twitch means that I have the potential to put the most together for good causes like St. Jude. And I've done some charity stuff for others in the past. So did the National Fragile X Foundation. I've done Make-A-Wish, and working with Red Cross pretty soon here too, which is gonna be a lot of fun. That's actually really cool. Looking forward to the announcement for that when it's time. A little bit of a leak there.
Is that part of the State Farm series?
That is actually independent from that.
Okay, got you.
But you even mentioned State Farm. Like, if I had went somewhere else, I have a feeling that State Farm would have seen that as a departure from what they originally signed on for. And State Farm definitely has a huge interest in, they call it the neighborhood of good. And being on Twitch is an important piece of that, because I can grow that community the largest. I mean, I have like 3.5 million Twitch followers or something like that. It's insane. And so hopefully I can take that and use it for good. So
what do you make of I mean, one of the most compelling stories, at least with us here at ESPN Esports and gaming in general, is really these streamer announcements, right? Signing exclusive wherever it is. I'd love to know from your point of view, right? I mean, it became popular with Ninja's move, but I'm wondering how much earlier than that was someone like yourself, who's very successful at this, how early on were you having these kind of discussions and you thought that this would be a real possibility that you can have exclusive deals like this?
For quite a while. I don't remember exactly when things started happening, but I mean, even before Ninja, there were people that left the platform that didn't really get, the pomp and circumstance like that, but people have been for a while. Darkness 429, Stone Mountain, those guys were some of the first ones to sign exclusivity deals with other platforms, and so they kind of started the ball rolling, showing that content creators are more like free agents than they are like, this is where I live, which is fine. That's actually good, because what that's going to end up doing is promoting competition between platforms, and you don't want a monopoly on something like that, because it doesn't innovate. It doesn't drive innovation. If you have people that are saying, well, I mean, I've got all these viewers and all these followers, but I'm not afraid to take them somewhere else, for the right number, that's okay. There's actually, I said something specific about this in the video that I kind of played up a little bit, but I do want to touch on this. There is no shame in doing something related to getting a promotion for money. I'll always be confused why people are afraid of it, because you look at like professional athletes. They sign these huge contracts. Everybody knows how much it's for. It's public knowledge. And so, not saying that we're professional athletes. So, I mean, we're not. We're entertainers, and it's a little different. Whatever. That's not up to me to decide what is and is not kosher to be talked about in that space. But it's not something to be ashamed of, because if you got a promotion at your job, you'd be super happy about it. I mean, back before I even started streaming, I worked in IT for years and years, and when you got a promotion, like that's a big deal, and it was celebrated, because it's your job, it's your livelihood. And now there seems to be some like, don't talk about it kind of thing. So in the video at the end, I even said there's nothing wrong with securing the bag. There's no shame in that, because it's true. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I re-signed with Twitch, and because of that, I'm able to secure my family's financial future, just like every other person on the entire planet is trying to do.
I have to imagine that once word is out that you are available, many other companies would give you that bag. I'm wondering, how seriously did you consider other offers, or how many other conversations did you have before you even decided to resign with Twitch?
Without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to cross the NDA line of things, I don't want to make anybody mad.
Sure.
There were definitely other platforms on the table, and I was definitely very close to making a decision a different way. But I ultimately, what ended up keeping me on Twitch is like I said in the video, the opportunity to potentially raise more support for good causes than anywhere else. And it's by a mile, in my opinion. You look at the numbers, the viewer hours of Twitch versus every other platform, it is a substantial difference. And that, for me, it will always be the most important thing, because I'm not a fancy guy. and not to, before anybody goes after me, and not to knock anybody else that lives a more lavish lifestyle than me, but I'm not that. That's not me. And so I don't need to pursue that. So my my next best choice is to pursue helping other people.
A couple more questions for you. What do you think the next few years will look like for streamers and these platforms?
Good question. As we get closer to the contract expiration for people that have signed exclusive deals and stuff like that, and as streaming continues to grow, it's still going up. Everything is still going up, and it'll continue to go up year over year because more and more people are watching live streamers on Twitch and Mixer and Facebook and YouTube and wherever. They're taking that as their main form of entertainment compared to even live streaming like TV shows and stuff like that. It's not a substantial portion yet, but I've seen articles on different websites that say that the hours are consistently climbing year after year, and it does not appear to be slowing down. So who knows, man? I mean, Dr. Disrespect just signed that contract to have I believe, an animated TV show built around like his character's origin story. Ninja has a comic book. He just announced an exclusive, like an Adidas original shoe, which is insanity. Like I every time I think we're at the top of like the ridiculousness and the good ridiculousness, that crazy stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Something else happens. And I'm like, okay, well, we're not done yet. I guess we're still going, guys. Here we go. Ride the train to the top. So, and it doesn't even have to be related to me. I'm super happy to see all these people make absolutely massive moves in their careers, because all they're doing is establishing a solid base for the next generation. Dude, I'm 32. I don't know how long I can do this, but I'm excited to see what, the next, the little Jimmy who's 8, when he decides to start streaming and his channel blows up because he's insanely good at Fortnite 7 or whatever it is, like when that happens, I'm ready to see what happens next. And it's fine that if it won't include me, but it's just cool to see how gaming has become such an accepted mainstream thing.
You're a very humble guy, Dr. Lupo, I have to say.
Thank you.
Very, very humble guy. Do you want any of that? Like Dr. Disrespect TV deal, Ninja and his crossover, Courage doing things with Ariana Grande. Like, do you want that? Like in your career, is there a bucket list item now that you have some fame attached to you and some success? Is there a bucket list item that you want to put out there to say, you know what, this would be really cool?
I mean, when I stream, sometimes I do silly voices. Some voice acting gigs would be cool, but like I said, I'm pretty reserved when it comes to those kind of things. I'm not against it. Adidas, Nike, hit me up. All right, I'm out here, just drblue@gmail.com. Just shoot the email. I'm just kidding. But for real, like if those kind of things arise, yeah, absolutely. Like example, and I got poked fun at for this, but the other day there was a Fortnite Star Wars event. J.J. Abrams called me on my phone beforehand, and can I just be honest with you? It took everything inside me to not scream and run out of the room.
Can you say that one more time? Who is this?
It's JJ Abrams and Donald Mustard.
Hey Lupo.
What's going on, guys?
Jeff Keely's here too with us.
Look, Jeff Keely right here. We're watching you play. Pretty badass.
Are you kidding me? So the real JJ Abrams.
Yeah, and Donald and Jeff.
Not that you guys aren't as cool. But my chat is probably about to lose their minds.
Like, that's ridiculous to me. And then they literally said my name in the event, and none of that, by the way, was planned. That caught me off guard as much as it caught chat off guard and everybody that was watching. It was ridiculous. That's crazy.
Well, you hear those stories of actors playing stormtroopers like secretly, right? Like, I guess you could be a stormtrooper in an upcoming Star Wars movie or something like that.
I would love that. Absolutely, dude. I don't need a speaking line, nothing. I just want to be able to go to the movie theater afterwards. I don't even take the helmet off, nothing. I just sit next, I just tap my wife in the shoulder and go, baby, that one right there, that's me. That's enough for me, dude. If that even happens, as it is right now, this is enough for me too. But it would be incredible. Like, I see what Ninja and Tim the Tam Man and all those guys are doing. Like, there's a little mini version of me now, the Lamo, the little vinyl figure. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I look at this thing and it's a tiny me, dude. What is that? You know, like at no point in my life would I have ever imagined I would be able to hold a small vinyl printed figure of myself.
Two more questions for you. One that's esports related. We saw you doing commentary in Fortnite with the season last year and at the Fortnite World Cup. How did you enjoy that experience? Is that something you want to keep doing, competitive commentary?
I love it. Call me. Whoever needs me, please. It's so much fun. It's so much fun watching top level players play the game that they spend all day excelling at. It's the same thing as watching pro football players and boxers and people that can make origami, you know, swans perfect every single time. You know, people that excel at those specific things. And I feel like because I have, like, you put a game in front of me, if I need to be able to talk about it, give me a day, and then when we're done, we can talk about it 100% top to bottom, or however long it's going to take me. Like, I'll fully dedicate myself to it. And Fortnite right now for me is obviously the big one because it's the game that I'm known most for playing and probably still play the most over everything else. Because watching those players it's witnessing people at peak performance in doing something that they love. And there's nothing better than that.
Speaking of the Fortnite World Cup, you did a lot of commentary with Courage. I thought that was a tremendous team. Both of you work very well together.
I love Jack.
I will say this, though. We haven't really heard a response from you regarding this. At the Fortnite World Cup, Courage released a PSA about you and a charity that he founded called the Geriatric Gamer Foundation. My question to you is, why does Courage hate boomers so much?
It's you know, it's tough when you've been working on Weight Watchers for that long and it still just had, I mean, look at him, he's still a circle, but you know, I'm just kidding. I love Jack. That whole thing was ridiculous, but he's trying to identify with an age group that he very much is not a part of. At some point, if you listen to this, Jack, you're a boomer. You're old. Look at you. You have bad knees. I've seen you try to climb after falling out of that chair. It's time to throw in the towel, man. Just accept it. Just accept it. All right, it's over. Maybe one day.
That's all it was. It was all this hate towards boomers, but really he's a boomer himself. Wow.
He is. He may be one of the worst of us, honestly.
Wow. So one more time, Saturday, December 21st, 1 p.m. Eastern, Build Against Cancer. Get it trending. Donate to the great cause, St. Jude's Play Live Initiative, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's a 24-hour stream. Lupo's aiming for $2 million going directly to the research hospital. Lupo, you've been very generous with your time. Very much appreciate it.
Dude, of course. Thank you very much for having me. And anybody that's trying to find that during the event, it is twitch.tv/DrLupo.